Welcome to the programme, Harry. It does seem like an extraordinary story that someone who has been fervently campaigning against shale gas extraction at home has got a contract with a country that has been providing our gas that we've been importing.
That's right. These are really serious allegations. What the CCC said in their letter back in February was that there should be a presumption against more oil and gas exploration in the North Sea. The government, of course, has since said that they want to use as many of these resources as they can, and there's an ongoing debate around shale. But to be advising the Qatari government, which is the UK's largest exporter too of natural gas through LNG is really shocking. And what this letter also said was that actually expanding UK oil and gas would increase emissions and mean they had to be offset elsewhere. But I think most independent advisors would acknowledge that UK production actually has lower emissions than the LNG that would be coming from Qatar. So this isn't good for the environment. And I'm afraid with Deben, we have seen these kind of stories before. Just a few years ago, evidence was released that revealed that he had taken hundreds of thousands of pounds through his sustainability consultancy, yet again, Sancroft, that appeared to be conflicts of interests. And at no point was it investigated by the Cabinet Office whether these were actually conflicts with his role as CCC chairman. What the government appears to be doing is allowing the CCC to regulate its own conflicts of interest. And this is where the really big problem lies, because they just give him the all clear and then he continues in this role. I don't see how these interests can possibly be appropriate for someone who's chairing this organisation, and so it can't simply be left for this organisation to monitor its own sort of ethics and conflicts of interest internally.
Now, some people might very well agree with that point, but also point to the fact that the government hasn't taken on the CCC's advice. There seems to be political support for further extraction of our own gas in the North Sea in particular, and potentially we're reopening that door to British natural shale gas extraction as well, with the review that is coming in the coming weeks and months as well. So does this really matter when the government hasn't paid attention or hasn't done the bidding of this committee?
Well, this committee is extraordinarily influential, and they've gone against their advice on this occasion, and I think that's a good thing. But we have to remember the CCC has a statutory role to advise the government on its climate change targets. It's constantly providing advice to the government in a wide range of areas relating to energy and climate change. And so for Lord Deben to have these interests through Sancroft actually bears on many different topics that the government is being advised on. And he's managed to sort of hide these interests through his consultancy, Sancroft, which allows him to just declare Sancroft without actually saying who the clients are. And it's only through investigative journalistic work that actually some of these interests have been exposed.